Okay, I'll be back in a second. This is just a quick test. Turn this off. I'm gonna take a fucking piss. Jesus.
Excited to get on the road. I'm just excited to do all these shows. I'm just excited. Girl can't fall in love, let's just look at my soul. I want it all, like fuck it, let's go. Shawty a freak, what you working at pole? I'll fall in love when she touching her toes. Too many racks, that's big roll. You gotta pay a fine if you waste my time, cause I've been on my grind. I can't stop for a bitch or a hoe, let you fine. Feel like I'm juiced with the 999. Promise that it all get better with time. Scared of love, girl, it's not a crime. I want you, oh never mind. And see, I'ma be bigger than everything they made believe. I promise I'ma go, yeah, we gon' chase our dreams. Ooh, they moving cautious, there's a shark in the water. Shawty look good, but what can you offer me? I done seen so many bitches try, but they don't have a thing. I know you wanna love me, but I wanna die as one of the greatest. Too many bitches, girl, I'm not racist. Only got me all over my playlist. I can't name all the bitches I dated. Dodging these bitches like I'm from the Matrix. She love it here, but fuck it, I hate it. Came up from nothing, so I gotta take it. Throwing these things like a young nigga made it. She wanna love me, but it ain't that easy. Baby girl better learn how to please me. New Corvette and that bitch speedy. She blushing when she sees me. Time to go to where I want for my favorite show. They asked if I'm ready, I was born to go. She wanna love me, but girl, you know, girl can't fall in love unless she's sucking my soul. I want it all, like fuck it, let's go. But shawty a freak, what you working at pole? I'll fall in love when she touching her toes. Too many racks, that's big roll. You gotta pay a fine if you waste my time, cause I've been on my grind. I can't stop for a bitch or a hoe, let you fine. Feel like I'm juiced with the 999. Promise that it all get better with time. Scared of love, girl, it's not a crime. I want you, oh never mind. And see, I'ma be bigger than everything they made believe. I promise I'ma go, yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let me use my computer when my phone's on charge. I want to see if the 4K will work properly, because I don't know why it wasn't, right? So I guess it was like lagging or whatever, right, on the stream. So when I put to 4K with my phone, so let me change some settings. Obviously I did change it to H.265, so I need to lower the bitrate because it's more efficient. And I do say the maximum, maximum for 265 is 40k you should use. I was using 51k, so that's probably why. Let me see.
Spark your next big video idea with Motion Array's AI voiceover.
So that little bitch stop tripping, we gon' get the bag. Now on my back, she like living fast. She wanna fall with me. That bitch robbed it, that in like past. I did not learn shit in that motherfucking class. I put that bitch like a bag of racks. I'm tryna get all like that. Shawty, she wanna move fast. That little bitch stop tripping, we gon' get the bag. Now on my back, she like living fast. She wanna fall with me cause we getting cash. I hit that bitch robbed it, that in like past. I did not learn shit in that motherfucking class. I put that bitch like a bag.
Still alive?
That's straight fact, yeah. She keeps stressing, bluff this sweet and relax, yeah. The funny pussy thinking just because I'm famous, they thinking that I don't give a fuck. It's feelings, I'm swinging that chopper. I leave that boy brain on that. My bitch be mad if she be saying I'm saying my Glock is cocked when at your brain. And you saying that niggas really on the game, but these niggas be pussy and they be false claim. I'm a beast for you shit pussy, boy, you can't slide the fuck. You pussy niggas all niggas for that slide. She back to the ball, nigga. Had to get cash, get this shit on my own, nigga. I ain't grown, but a nigga ain't grown, nigga. For that bitch, and I'm just dead and I'm cold, nigga.
I'm still gonna try and chop it all the way.
With the cologne, nigga, think that he really good, but yeah, it's grown, nigga. She down on my back, she like living fast. She wanna fall with me cause we getting cash. I hit that bitch robbed it, that in like past. I did not learn shit in that motherfucking class. I put that bitch like a bag of racks. I'm tryna get all like that. Shawty, she wanna move fast. That love and stop tripping, we gon' get the bag. She down on my back, she like living fast. She wanna fall with me cause we getting cash. I hit that bitch robbed it, that in like past. I did not learn shit in that motherfucking class. I put that bitch like a bag of racks. I'm tryna get all like that. Shawty, she wanna move fast. That love and stop tripping, we gon' get the bag.
Unlimited social media and YouTube shorts from Voxy Mobile is fab. Check this out. And this.
Have you seen this?
Bit weird.
The fun never ends with unlimited social media on Voxy Mobile. Selected social apps in UK, TNCs apply.
That's fucking cold.
I be ballin' like my name Maradona. Came a long way from selling on the corners. I ain't with beef, I ain't with the drama. I just need money, I just need the commas. I need my niggas to keep it 100. I need my niggas to keep it a stack. I do not shoot, but my niggas is gunning. They see where I'm going and I got my back. I be ballin' like my name Maradona. Came a long way from selling on the corners. I ain't with beef, I ain't with the drama. I just need money, I just need the commas. I need my niggas to keep it 100. I need my niggas to keep it a stack. I do not shoot, but my niggas is gunning. They see where I'm going and I got my back.
one. Fucking shit. Shit up.
I would get flirty. Then when I fuck 'em and dip on these bitches can't even be mad. I got lean in my system. They give me talking my guap, I be flexed up. Then I heard a nigga nice stuff. Then they tryna run a check up. That ain't gon' happen. Say that shit way back in middle school. I was way too bro to be rocking the truies. Heard that the devil wear Prada, but I'm just a demon, so I'm gonna keep rocking my Louis. Louis Tins on the nice clicks. You just
My fucking everybody.
I run off with no fake niggas on my day ones. Keep it real with me. All of these niggas be trippin'.
Awesome.
Niggas be acting like bitches. My nigga, I do not
Oh, Mo,
get it.
are you good? You good?
Yeah, another guy, another team.
Sometimes a nigga feel helpless. Don't got nobody to help me. My niggas died and I felt it. Put the money over everything. Even right over a wedding ring. I'ma make it this on everything. Pray to God that I see better days. Put that money over everything.
If you do that, like, then you just never get to see it.
I'ma make it this
What
on
the?
everything. Pray to God that I see better days. Let my name in Rosanna. Came a long way from selling on the corners. I ain't be fine with a drama. I just need money. I just need the commas. I need my niggas to keep it 100.
Kid,
I need my
2026.
niggas to keep
You gotta
it
die in a second.
I do not shoot for my
Stay alive,
niggas.
stay alive.
They see where I'm going and I got my back.
Alright, so you might Clix has been a professional Fortnite player for a really long time. Some people say he fell off and doesn't have what it takes to keep going pro. So I watched some of his recent Cash Cup games, and I'm here to tell you that that is completely not true, and here's why. In this clip, Clix gets some shots at the opponent, giving him an advantage, so he pushes straight away. However, the opponent pops out of his box and hits him. Clix keeps pressuring him, but he makes a huge mistake by running into the opponent's box and getting hit, leaving him extremely weak. But he doesn't panic. He quickly takes the opponent's wall and baits him with an edit, causing the opponent to shoot. After that, Clix quickly edits his wall and hits a massive shot to eliminate the opponent. What Clix did here is extremely risky, but also shows how good he is. Since Clix baited the opponent, which caused him to shoot, means that Clix knew he had a small time window before the opponent can shoot again. So he quickly edited his wall and finished off the opponent before he can even shoot his weapon. In clip number 2, Clix approaches a player who keeps running away, which means he's probably weak. Clix knows this, so he chases him. After Clix manages to take the opponent's wall, he makes a simple window edit, hits the opponent, and closes the wall. Once the opponent starts shooting, Clix immediately re-edits his wall and finishes off the opponent. What Clix did here is very similar to the first clip we saw. Once he took the opponent's wall, he didn't immediately edit it. He stayed patient and waited until the opponent shot his weapon. This gave Clix a short period of time to hit the opponent, which is exactly what he did. Clix takes advantage of the shooting delay Fortnite has. In clip number 3, Clix is fighting an extremely sweaty player, but again uses the game's delay to his advantage. Because Clix knows that the opponent is about to edit his wall, he stays with his shotgun out, and when the opponent opens the wall, Clix hits a massive shot onto him. Clix immediately pushes the opponent to take his wall, and when the opponent shoots his weapon, Clix immediately reopens his wall to finish off the opponent. All Clix did here was use the game's delay to his advantage. He does this so well that it is part of his instinct when he fights. Vadila has been one of the best EU Fortnite players for as long as I can remember, so I decided to watch some of his recent Cash Cup games and find out what makes him better than most Fortnite pros out there. In this clip, Vadil gets absolutely beamed from behind. He quickly builds some walls to keep himself safe, and manages to slurp up 2 mini shields. The opponent immediately pushes Vadil and starts pressuring him using his SMG, which makes it very hard for Vadil to heal up. But he doesn't panic at all. He keeps himself safe using ramps and walls. And when the opponent starts to reload, he quickly escapes from the top of his box, hits a massive shot onto the opponent, and places a floor to keep himself safe, which he opens up again to finish off the opponent. A smart move Vadil made here was the fact that he didn't stop the opponent from pressuring him, which as a result made the opponent reload his weapons, and gave Vadil enough time to eliminate him without the need to even heal up. In clip number 2, we see the same thing. Vadil gets hit by the opponent and immediately builds a box to protect himself. The opponent pushes him straight away, so Vadil escapes from above and builds a couple of more boxes to keep himself safe. He quickly realizes that the opponent escaped to the nearby building, so he decides to chase him. However, the opponent surprises him again, but Vadil doesn't panic. He builds a couple of floors and walls to keep himself safe, and once again escapes from above, hits a massive shot onto the opponent while he is completely off guard. This enables him to finish off the opponent with a couple of AR shots. From these fights, we see that Vadil lets his opponents pressure him, and because he's experienced under pressure, he's able to predict his opponents and easily eliminate them. However, all of these scenarios take place after Vadil gets hit. So let's see what happens when Vadil is the one starting the fight. In this clip, he approaches a player who is holding the high ground. Vadil makes sure that he's protected with cones and walls from the opponent. Once he's at the same high ground level as the opponent, Vadil easily boxes him using 3 walls. And when the opponent makes a move, he beams him with his AR and quickly closes the wall to block off the expected shot from the opponent, and then quickly finishes off the opponent with a couple of AR shots. Vadil is easily one of the better EU Fortnite players out there, and he isn't lacking in both attacking and defending. He's a well-balanced player with good tactics, aim, and decisions.
Wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, get great stays at great prices. Premier Inn, rest easy.
Peterbot is undoubtedly one of the best, if not the best player to ever touch Fortnite, so I watched some of his recent Cash Cup games to see how he fights against other pro players and find out what gives him the edge. In this clip, we see Peterbot getting pressed by a player from above. Peterbot builds some boxes to create space to keep himself safe, but he doesn't stay on the ground for long. He quickly elevates himself to the opponent's high ground level and starts pressuring him, but it's important to notice that he's not building too much. He waits for the opponent to make a move, while he stays with his shotgun out. This gives him an advantage since his aim is extremely good. He can just wait for the opponent to make an edit and immediately hit him, which is exactly what we see here. The opponent protects himself with shield walls, but makes a huge mistake by not placing a cone in his box. Since Peterbot is one step ahead, he goes under the opponent's box, places a cone, and quickly destroys the opponent's floor, resulting in an easy elimination. Peterbot doesn't build a lot during fights. He tries to predict the opponent's moves and does only what's necessary to eliminate the opponent without doing too much. In clip number 2, Peterbot encounters an extremely sweaty player who likes to camp in boxes. However, Peterbot handles him extremely well. He doesn't get frustrated and keeps his distance, while trying to find space to cause damage, which results in the opponent losing patience and getting eliminated. This just shows that Peterbot knows when to aggressively push and when to be laid back and wait for the opponent to make a mistake. Being patient is one of Peterbot's greatest strengths. In clip number 3, we see the same traits. He gets hit by an aggressive player, but instead of healing up, which is what a normal player would do, he actually traps the opponent in a box. And because Peterbot knows that the opponent's only option is to attack back, he patiently waits with his shotgun out. And when the opponent makes a move, he quickly hits a massive shot and protects himself with a wall, which he opens up again to quickly finish off the opponent. In clip number 4, Peterbot pushes the opponent, but gets hit for 50 shield. So he quickly heals up and finds that the opponent is camping in a box. He stays patient and baits the opponent using his pickaxe. And finally, when the opponent makes a move, he hits a massive shot onto him and takes his wall, which leads to an easy elimination. A really smart move Peterbot made here was placing a ramp and a wall in front of the opponent's box, which prevented the opponent from escaping after getting hit, which a lot of players do. That's what makes Peterbot one of the best. He knows the opponent's next move, and combined with his aim and patience, makes him an unstoppable player.
Yours truly and Neff are cooking.
Thomas HD is one of the best players in the world. Here are some tips I got while watching him play. In this fight, Thomas surprises his opponent using his assault rifle. The first instinct of the opponent is to build boxes to protect himself. Thomas knows this, so he immediately pushes the backside of the opponent's box. And before the opponent can even react, Thomas places a wall. After this, he uses a simple edit and hits a massive 109 shot onto the opponent. However, the opponent escapes and does something smart, which is to build multiple boxes to create a sense of confusion. But he also makes a mistake. He uses splashes to heal himself up, which exposes his location. When using splashes, always be aware of the fact that it can expose your location. Thomas uses his pickaxe to jump into the opponent's box, but misses his shot, causing the opponent to escape again, this time taking the high ground. Thomas chases him, but he does it very carefully, placing a floor and a cone on his ramps to block off any potential shots from the opponent. While building up, Thomas sees the opponent through a freshly built floor, so he quickly destroys it and hits another shot. At this point, the opponent is panicking due to his lack of HP. Thomas notices this, so he jumps onto the right side of the opponent's box and starts pressuring him. With his shotgun out, he takes the opponent's wall and does a simple edit to finish off the opponent while he's completely off guard. From this fight, we see that Thomas's moves are always one step ahead of his opponent's. and he's extremely intentional. For example, his wall replacements are always on point because he predicts his opponent's moves, therefore he knows exactly where to place his walls. Here's another example of his insane wall placements. In this fight, Thomas starts with 3 tags using his AR like he did in the first clip. Because the opponent has the high ground, Thomas makes sure that he places a floor and a cone while building up to block off any shots from the opponent. However, this opponent is a fast builder, and Thomas notices this. So instead of just continuously building up, Thomas decides to break down his builds. This causes the opponent to fall down. And while this is happening, Thomas places cones all around him to ensure that the opponent will land on one of his cones. This is exactly what happens. However, because the opponent is not brain dead, he makes a smart move and escapes Thomas's cones. But because Thomas is one step ahead, he places a wall onto the player's box and makes a simple edit to finish him off with a clean shotgun shot. In clip number 3, we see the same execution. He starts with some tags using his AR and pushes the opponent. However, this fight takes place in one of the temples of Brawl's battleground. Thomas knows that you cannot place a wall in some of these areas. Therefore, after seeing the opponent hiding behind a ramp, he knows that the opponent's only option is to escape from the left side. So Thomas pulls out his shotgun, and when the opponent attempts to escape, he hits a nice 90 damage shot onto the opponent, which he quickly finishes off after finding him camping in a bush. From these fights, we see that Thomas's game awareness is one of the best we've ever seen. He predicts his opponents, which causes them to panic, and then quickly finishes them off with his insane wall placements.
This is what we've trained for.
I watched 4 of Mongrel's latest ranked games to see if he is still one of the best Fortnite players or if he has lost his skills and is just a wash player as some people say. In game number 1, he lands to the southeast side of the map, quickly loots and heads to the players that landed near him. Right away in the first couple of fights, we see that he still has good wall placements, fast edits, and great aim, but he dies later on due to a missed edit. However, in game number 2, he lands in the same spot and showcases impressive fighting skills. For instance, when the opponent below him keeps applying pressure, he makes a simple edit that allows him to peek and hit the opponent while remaining unseen. But the way he eliminates the opponent is unique as well. Mongrel waits for the opponent to enter his box, and because the wood wall is weak, the opponent is able to break in with just one pickaxe swing. However, Mongrel is one step ahead. He has already switched to his shotgun, and with one shot he sends the opponent back to the lobby he came from. Shortly after that, Mongrel showcases some impressive piece control skills when his opponent, named DIG Rubica, tries to take his wall. Mongrel opens his wall just as Rubica has his pickaxe out, places a cone on top of him, and lands a fat shot. Immediately, Mongrel moves to the right, places another wall, edits a window, and boom, hits another shot. Now that the opponent is weak, Mongrel applies pressure using his grappler. However, Rubica keeps building up, making it hard to hit him. So Mongrel from below places a cone and a floor on top of Rubica's ramp, quickly edits both of them, and eliminates him with a juicy shot. But now, let's see how Mongrel approaches a player who is playing offensive. In this clip, he pressures a player camping in a box, and immediately places a cone above him. The reason for this is that it disables the opponent's ability to block him if things go wrong. Mongrel then quickly switches to his pickaxe, hits the opponent's wall, and fails to replace it. So instead of trying to replace it again, he switches to his shotgun. Now we all know that most players attempt to replace a wall multiple times, so this actually confuses the opponent. As a result, the opponent opens his wall while Mongrel has his shotgun out and ends up getting hit. Mongrel takes a step back and attempts to take the opponent's wall once more. However, the opponent doesn't learn from his mistakes and makes the same error twice, which leads to him getting eliminated. But in the final 1v1 of game number 2, Mongrel misuses his grappler and takes significant fall damage, resulting in him finishing at second place and dying to the last player. In game number 3, Mongrel once again demonstrates impressive fighting skills. His wall placements and mechanics are comparable to some of the best Fortnite players. But once again, he finishes in second place after being eliminated by the last player. Now let's see how game number 4 goes for him. This time, he chooses to land at Lazy Lake. In his first encounter of the game, he once again showcases his incredible skills. For example, after getting hit by this opponent, he remains in his box, The opponent approaches and tries to take his wall, but makes a big mistake along the way. Most players should know that it is extremely risky to fully swing your pickaxe when attempting to take a wall. This is because it leaves you vulnerable to being pre-fired by your opponent. That's exactly what Mangarel takes advantage of. As soon as he sees the opponent trying to take his wall, he waits with his shotgun and pre-fires a shot just as the opponent swings his pickaxe. Now that the opponent is weak, he retreats, allowing Mangarel to apply pressure. While pressuring him, Mangarel dodges the opponent's attempt to hit him, and when he sees the opponent building over him, he jumps and lands a shot to finish him up. This encounter highlights how skilled Mangarel is, and demonstrates just how talented he is at the game, even after a 2-year break. However, he once again dies in the final 1v1 of the game to the last player. But he was out of materials, so I'll give him that one. In conclusion, Mangarel is still an extremely skilled player. He has excellent mechanics, aim, and overall very good game awareness. However, at this current stage of the game, these traits alone aren't enough to perform at the highest ranked tournaments. That said, he has a very good solid foundation, and with enough training, he could easily become one of the best players yet again.
Did you hear that crowd?
I got a bag now, she didn't wanna lie. I got a bag now, she didn't wanna lie. Pulling on my lifestyle, I've been going all the way, you know the way. I just want all the gas, you know the gas. That gas, let's go, baby. You might get it, bro. Fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go, baby. I've been going all the way, you know the way. I just want all the gas, you know the gas. Party in my place, I'm going off the drain.
Fuck out of here, stop fucking cheating, you bitch.
I'm for the horn now.
No!
She wanna fuck, yeah, come on my way. I love it when you put it in my face. I love it, yeah, I put it in her face. Too close, close to the edge. You cut I can't forget.
Alright, show you the clip. Yeah, we're here. Hold up.
They got a bag now, she didn't wanna love. Pouring on my lifestyle, I've been going all the way, and all the way. I just want all the cake, and all the gas. Back that gas, they got a bag now, she didn't wanna love. Pouring on my lifestyle, I've been going all the way, and all the way. I just want all the cake, and all the gas.
I just want a cake, money, oh my god, that holy fuck. I can't fuck you, bitch, I got a bag. About my business, stay in your lane. Yeah, socks, sip and walk hard. First day they cussy tries, then we beat the block hard. Bitch, don't pay me love, bitch, I am a rock star. I keep my Glock, I get no fuck about where the cops are. Yeah, I'm way too fast in this bitch. Did a dash, get a cash, no, I might crash in this bitch. That boy hate, cause he asked, go get a bag, you a bitch. Got his money piling up, and I want to
back that gas. They got a bag now, she didn't wanna laugh. Pulling on my right side, I've been going all the way, and all the way. I just want all the cake, and all the gas. Party in my place, I'm going off the drain. She wanna fuck me, going yesterday. I'm fucking hard now, I feel like taking cake. I'm really gone now, the fuck out my face. Got her eggs now, up in the safe, yeah. She wanna fuck, yeah, come on my way. I love it when you put it in my face. I love it, yeah, I put it in her face. Too close, close to the edge. You cut though.
Boys, we crushed 50,000 likes. New video with a pink Audi soon. Picture's gonna be on the board right now. And like and sub. Later.
They got a bag now, she didn't wanna laugh. Pouring on my right side, I've been going all the way, and all the way. I just want.
Likes. New video with a pink Audi soon. Picture's gonna be on the board right now. And like and sub. Later.
She out the money low, baby, she a fiend. This shit really ain't what it seems. Big pay for 118. I got love all across the map now, but the body though, I'm tryna map out. All I know is I had to take the bound route. Big dope, this bitch had to top out. That bitch wanna follow my team. She out the money, little baby, she a fiend. This shit really ain't what it seems. Big walk, big dope, what you need? I got love all across the map now. What the party do? Tryna map out. All I know is I had to take the bound route. Big dope, this bitch had to top out. Ooh, you know I had to. Went up on the roads, that's a bad move. Funny a real bitch, now she think I'm a bad dude. How sad, oh yeah. But I love and shit, that's why I stay. And this bitch is really a lot of hate. Don't care as long as getting paid. Could give a fuck what they say. I had to get to the back, then a lane switch. Stop talking like you wish you ain't gang, bitch. She a thought, damn, she so faithless. Big was no bitch, you can't face this. Just took another hit, now I'm faded. 2 to 3, so his head made his brain split. Now I'm up at the top, I said, hey, bitch. No, we ain't gon' take it. That bitch wanna follow my team. She out the money, little baby, she a fiend. This shit really ain't what it seems. Big walk, big dope, what you need? I got love all across the map now. What the party do? I'm tryna map out. All I know is I had to take the bound route. Big dope, this bitch had to top out. That bitch wanna follow my team. She out the money, little baby, she a fiend.
Alright, so you might believe that you've mastered your builds, perfected your aim, and excelled in creative mode. Yet when it comes to actual games, you consistently hit a wall. On the other hand, there are pro players who manage to win 99% of the matches that they play, leaving you to wonder what sets them apart. Well, the answer may surprise you. Today we'll go beyond the mechanics and explore the mindset of a professional player. Starting with number 1, which is called the flow state. Imagine being so locked in that every decision feels effortless and every reaction is lightning fast. This isn't some mythical power, it's a mental state that top players cultivate. Flow state has been used by elite athletes in almost any competitive industry, and this applies to professional Fortnite players as well. The way they achieve the flow state is by building muscle memory through relentless practice, as well as silencing their inner voice, that voice of self-doubt, and choosing to trust their instincts, allowing their subconscious mind to work fluently. This frees up their minds to focus on the bigger picture, which is strategy and outmaneuvering their opponents. One of the great things that the flow state unlocks is the ability to rely completely on our instincts. Instinct is an automatic behavior or response, which means it is the fastest form of human reaction. This is extremely useful when playing online games, where fast reactions are insanely important. But what happens when things go wrong? After all, Fortnite is a very unpredictable game, and we all make mistakes. But the difference lies in how pro players handle setbacks. They have a short memory of their losses, and don't dwell on their mistakes. Instead, they reset, analyze, and use their failures as data points. For example, look at what Malabuka does when he instantly dies in a game. Instead of getting mad, he just goes into replay mode and investigates what happened. This ability to bounce back and remain level-headed is crucial for consistent performance. This advice applies to basically everything: creating YouTube videos, playing sports, and studying. Being consistent and not giving up after a failure is the first step on the way to success. Now, let's discuss pre-fight tactics. Pro players don't just rush into fights. They assess the situation before making any moves. They ask themselves, are they in a strong position? Do they have the element of surprise? Is their health or shield advantage significant? If the answer to any of these is no, they disengage and wait for a better opportunity. This calculated approach minimizes risk and maximizes reward, and this is what a lot of players need to work on. For example, in this clip, a professional player encounters another player and decides to play aggressively right away. The reason for this is that he is in a strong enough position to take that risk. Think about it. He has 200 HP points, has enough materials, and is carrying the necessary loot to successfully eliminate the opponent. However, now, imagine this player had the same exact loot except for an AR. Do you think he would still choose to play aggressively? Probably not. And that's because the risk of entering the fight without an AR makes it more likely that he won't win that battle. But here's the twist. Aggressive play can actually accelerate your improvement. You know that saying, fail forward? Think about it. More engagements lead to more learning opportunities. You'll develop your building and aiming skills faster, and score better than those who avoid fights altogether. However, don't mistake this for being aggressive all the time. Knowing when to play passively is just as important. It's all about finding the right balance and adapting to each situation.
Games went downhill when they got rid of cheats. We're bringing them back. Wiimod gives you dozens of cheats.
Alright, listen to my lines, okay? My floor, look on your keyboard right now. Look down, look down, look down.
I'm looking at it.
My floor is Y.
Okay.
Y.
How do you click that?
My pointer finger.
Okay, what's the other ones?
I also click T with my same finger as my floor and my stair bind. My stair, floor, and wall, T, Y, F. I all use my pointer finger, and I edit with my pointer finger.
Oh, what?
My
one drop low, one's just above me. Calling everything. No way. Somebody fought that. 200 HP. What? 815 HP. Oh. He doesn't have a shot. He's just chopping you out. He has 200 mats. 200 HP though. Trying to build up, trying to destroy you. 150 million. 120 max, 80 HP. He popped a mini, he's 105 HP, 130. 120, he's one pumpable. 3 builds. Peter! Peter! Peter, what? Okay, that was crazy.
Thank you, bro.
Like, I'm not even
Hey,
one to
thank you,
glaze
bro.
or nothing. I'm not even one to glaze or nothing, but that was.
One hour behind, so.
Yeah, what time are you thinking?
Like, oh shit, like maybe, I don't know, so it's 20 for us, it's 19 for you. So which time do you think you're gonna come back?
Wait, on my PC I can watch it. Maybe it's my internet connection. I can't read. Or that was so bad for me. Yeah, what time are you thinking?
Like, oh shit, like maybe, I don't know, so it's 20 for us, it's 19 for you. So which time do you think you're gonna come back?
Yeah, I'll be back for what? So 8 o'clock your time, so that's 7 my time. Yeah, I'll be on before. Wait, my PC I can watch it. Why can't I watch it on my phone? Oh, I'm in the stream and I'm gonna see if this time it works because I did lower the bitrate to what 40k I think, which is the maximum it says right if you're using 265, which I'm using. HEVC is 265.